Ordered Justin Bieber Coachella merch whenever he was at Coachella literally like 3 months ago, and it just came in. Let me show y'all well, this is what it's supposed to look like right here. A pink hoodie that says swag on it. I literally like can't even read this. Like, and like the back, like you can't even read that. And I was so excited for this. Like I literally waited so long for this to come in the mail, but what? I ordered Justin Bieber Coachella merch whenever he was at Coachella literally like 3 months ago, and it just came in. Let me show y'all well, this is what it's supposed to look like right here. A pink hoodie that says swag on it. I literally like can't even read this. Like, and like the back.
After waiting patiently for 13 weeks, I finally got my Justin Bieber Coachella like hoodie. I was so excited, and now I'm like really upset and regretting my decision. I really was expecting it to be like a heavyweight hoodie because every piece of merch I've gotten from Coachella or gotten from other artists like Harry Styles, pop-up, stuff like that have been heavyweight. This is like super thin, but not in like a lightweight way, if that makes sense. And if you see the material, the inside, like it's literally fuzzing everywhere, but it's like really scratchy and it's not soft. Again, you would think that's the worst part. No, I don't know if you can see it. Obviously it's printed over, but it's completely not even separated correctly. And it's like bubbling and obviously like not peeled, like it's not correct. Again, you would think that's the worst part. Okay, here we go. My new $165 hoodie. Oh, a hole? No, literally, a hole.
Like, I saw people wearing this at Coachella. The proportions looked fucking normal. I swear to God.
If you even think of a woman with lust, it's the same thing as actually doing it, committing adultery or whatever. It's like, if it even just crosses your mind for one.
Someone paid $165 for a Justin Bieber Coachella hoodie, waited 13 weeks for it to arrive, opened the package, and found a hole in it. A literal hole. And that is not even the worst story from this situation, because at least that person's hoodie had visible text on it. Other people got theirs and could barely read what it said. The print was faded, the letters were bubbling and peeling, and the fabric was thin and scratchy in a way that made it feel like the price tag had to be a typo. Justin Bieber's Skylark brand had a record-breaking run at Coachella this year. $5 million in sales in the first weekend alone, $15 million by the end of weekend 2. The lines were insane. Everything sold out. It was genuinely one of the biggest merch moments at a festival in recent memory. And now, weeks later, the orders from that event have been arriving, and a significant portion of fans who waited months for their packages are absolutely furious about what showed up. So let's get into exactly what happened, what people are saying, and why the timing of all of this could not be worse for Justin right now. Skylark had 2 setups at Coachella. One was at the general festival merch area, and the other was an exclusive Skylark brand pop-up. The Skylark pop-up was where the premium pieces lived. Hoodies priced at $240, shirts, tanks, beanies, and more. Everything sold out across both weekends. But there was a QR code at the pop-up that let people who could not wait in line, or who had already left the festival, place orders online directly through the Skylark website. Just to be clear for anyone wondering, this is the official Skylark site, fully linked to Justin's brand. Not a scam, not a knockoff. The real thing. When you placed an order through that QR code, the listing said it was a pre-order with an estimated shipping window of 10 to 12 weeks. People knew going in that this was going to take a while, but for a lot of buyers, the exclusivity was the whole point. These were items that were only available at Coachella and weren't going to be restocked, so people were willing to wait. The first communication from Skylark came a few weeks after orders were placed, adjusting the shipping estimate to 8 weeks from the order date. Then, at the end of May, another email went out pushing the timeline further. Orders would ship on a rolling basis starting in the first week of July and finishing by mid-July. They acknowledged the delay, thanked people for their patience, and said their team was working to improve operations. Then June arrived, and orders started actually going out, ahead of the updated schedule, which sounds like good news. Except that is when things got messy. Because as people started unboxing their packages and posting the results online, the quality complaints came fast, and they did not stop. The most common issue is the print quality on the hoodies. People are opening packages and finding that the text, the actual design on the hoodie they paid $165 to $240 for, is so faded they can barely read it. Others have cracking and bubbling print that looks like it started deteriorating before it even arrived. Multiple people posted that they initially thought they had received a blank hoodie until they looked closely enough to make out what was on it. One person described the inside of the fabric as fuzzy and scratchy rather than soft, and said it felt nothing like the heavyweight quality she expected based on other high-end festival merch she had bought from artists like Harry Styles. And then there was the person who pulled their hoodie out of the package and found a hole in it, already before it had been worn or washed even once. The comments under these posts have been full of people sharing their own experiences. Someone said they were so upset when theirs arrived, they thought it was completely blank. Another said the proportions looked wrong on the body. People are posting side-by-sides comparing what the product was supposed to look like to what actually showed up. And a number of people are still waiting entirely. Their orders have not even shipped yet, while everyone else's quality videos are filling their feeds. Now here is where it gets a little complicated. Some people in the comments are pushing back and saying this is just how the product is supposed to look, that the cracked lettering and the pocket cutoff on certain designs are intentional, that pieces are painted rather than printed, and that look is part of the aesthetic. A few people have pointed out that some of the items sold at the physical Coachella pop-up had the same quality characteristics, suggesting this is not specifically a fulfillment or production problem unique to the online orders. But that defense only goes so far, because other fans are responding that the hoodies their friends bought in person at the festival do not look like what is arriving in the mail. That the material is different, that the in-person pieces were heavyweight while the online orders feel thin. So, either there is inconsistency between what was sold at the event and what was produced for the online orders, or the in-person products also varied in quality depending on when and where you grabbed them. Either way, it is not a clean situation. What Skylark's customer service has apparently been telling people who submit complaints is that certain issues are being deemed as damage rather than defects, which affects the return or refund process. And the broader feedback on customer service responsiveness has not been great. For people who spent significant money on what felt like a once-in-a-lifetime piece of memorabilia, being told their item with a fading print is damaged and not a product issue is not going over well. Now, full disclosure, I ordered a hoodie from the Skylark site after Coachella too, and I just got it a few weeks ago. Mine actually came out fine. The print looks correct, the Coachella dates are on there, everything is legible. I will absolutely be keeping it and genuinely cherishing it, especially now knowing how many people's orders did not turn out the same way. So it does seem like there is real inconsistency happening. Some people got perfectly fine products, and some people got something that does not come close to matching what they paid, and the timing of all this noise is genuinely bad for Justin, because right now he is in full launch mode. He just announced a Skylark pop-up in New York City, running from July 16th to the 20th, with a limited release of new Skylark home speakers and headphones, including a Target Soho drop. He is going to be in New York because he is performing the World Cup final halftime show at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, co-headlining with Madonna and Shakira, which is one of the biggest performance stages on the planet. This is supposed to be a major moment for him and for the brand, but launching a high-profile New York pop-up while thousands of people are posting videos about the quality of your product is not ideal optics. The people walking into that pop-up this week have almost certainly seen those unboxing videos. And for anyone who was on the fence about whether Skylark is worth the price tag, the comment sections on those posts are not exactly helping make the case. Hopefully, Justin's team is paying attention and doing right by the people who got damaged or substandard products. And hopefully the New York pop-up and the World Cup moment are able to shift the conversation back toward what the brand is actually trying to build. But right now, the story is what it is. People paid up to $240. They waited up to 13 weeks. Some of them got exactly what they hoped for. And a lot of them opened that package and found something that felt nothing like what that price and that weight were supposed to deliver. I really want to know, did you order from Skylark? Did you grab something at the Coachella pop-up? What was your experience? Drop it all in the comments. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye.